What is procurement? A brief introduction. What is procurement? Procurement is the process of obtaining goods, services, or works from an external source, often through a tendering or purchasing process. It involves identifying needs, sourcing suppliers, negotiating contracts, and managing the acquisition process. The purpose is to ensure that we acquire the necessary resources at the right cost with right quality and quantity, while also we manage risks and adhere to legal and ethical standards. Purchasing versus procurement. Purchasing refers to the specific transactional process of buying goods and services, focusing on activities like issuing orders, negotiating prices, and handling invoices. It is a subset of procurement, which encompasses a broader, more strategic approach to acquire goods and services. Procurement involves identifying organizational needs, sourcing suppliers, negotiating contracts, managing supplier relationships, and ensuring that the overall process aligns with the company's long-term goals. Purchasing simply deals with the act of acquisition, while as procurement involves the entire life cycle, from planning and supplier selection to post-purchase evaluation and risk management. Core functions of procurement department: sourcing and supplier management, identifying and selecting suppliers, evaluating their capabilities, and managing supplier relationships to ensure quality, reliability, and cost-effectiveness. Procurement planning: assessing organizational needs and developing a strategy to acquire the required goods and services at the best possible terms. Purchasing: executing the actual purchase of goods and services, including issuing purchase orders, negotiating contracts, and ensuring compliance with agreed terms. Contract management: drafting, negotiating, and managing contracts with suppliers, ensuring that all terms are met, and managing any disputes or changes. Core functions of procurement department: CONTID, cost management and budgeting, monitor what is spent, ensure procurement stays within budget, and identify cost-saving opportunities through strategic sourcing or better negotiations. Compliance and risk management: ensure that procurement processes adhere to company policies, legal regulations, and ethical standards, while also identify and mitigate the risks. Supplier performance evaluation: monitor and evaluate supplier performance in terms of quality, delivery time, and cost to ensure continuous improvement and long-term partnerships. Vendor selection process. The vendor selection process is based on identifying and choosing the most suitable suppliers for goods or services. This process ensures that our company receives the best value, quality, and reliability. It typically involves: 1. Identify requirements. Define the specific goods or services required. Set criteria for quality, quantity, delivery timelines, and any other needs specific to our company. 2. Conduct market research. Research potential suppliers who can meet our needs. Look at their reputation, experience, and industry standing. Evaluate their capacity, capability, and willingness to work with our organization. 3. Prepare a request for proposal, RFP, or request for quotation, RFQ. Create an RFP or RFQ detailing your requirements, terms, and conditions for prospective vendors. The document should include clear specifications on product or service quality, delivery schedules, pricing, and payment terms. 4. Issue the RFP/RFQ to vendors. Distribute the RFP or RFQ to potential vendors for bidding or proposal submission. Vendors should submit their offers, providing necessary documentation like pricing, delivery terms, and compliance details. 5. Evaluate vendor proposals. Assess the vendor proposals against a set of criteria such as price. Ensure that the cost is competitive and within budget. Quality. Check the quality of goods, services, and any related certifications. Experience. Evaluate the vendor's experience, reliability, and track record. Capacity. Ensure the vendor can meet your volume and delivery timelines. Compliance. Make sure the vendor complies with relevant legal, ethical, and regulatory standards. 6. Shortlisting vendors. Narrow down the list to a few top candidates based on the evaluation criteria. Request clarifications or seek additional information if necessary. 7. Negotiation. Engage in negotiations with shortlisted vendors to agree on final pricing, terms, delivery schedules, and other contractual details. Our aim is to secure the best value for money while maintaining a good working relationship with the supplier. 8. Conduct due diligence. We have to perform. Check on the shortlisted vendors, such as background checks and reputation reviews. It may also include site visits, especially if the vendor is a long-term partner or involves significant contracts. 9. Final selection. We have to choose the vendor that best meets our needs based on the final evaluations, including cost, performance, and risk factors. We finally have to notify the selected vendor and other non-selected vendors. 10. Contract award. Finally, we draft and sign a formal contract with the selected vendor, outlining the agreed-upon terms and conditions, payment schedules, and penalties for non-performance. It is to be made sure that both parties understand the contractual obligations clearly. 11. Monitor vendor performance. Once the vendor is on board, we have to continuously monitor their performance to ensure they meet the agreed standards. We have to establish regular reviews and maintain open communication for ongoing feedback and improvements. The vendor selection process ultimately helps us to ensure that our company secures the best possible partner for its procurement needs, while minimizing risk and maximizing value. Vendor selection criteria in procurement refer to the factors and standards used to evaluate and choose suppliers that will best meet an organization's needs. These criteria are crucial for ensuring that the organization partners with the most reliable, cost-effective, and high-quality vendors. Here are the key vendor selection criteria. 1. Price and cost competitiveness description. The cost of goods or services is a primary factor in vendor selection. The vendor must offer competitive pricing while ensuring quality. IWAY, E-stat factor in a Klaus category of vendor services. 2. Quality of products, services description. The quality of the vendor's products or services should meet the required standards and specifications. In Scratchment and Sabrogist collected falls, while this acquire producer services. 3. Delivery time and lead time. Description. The vendor's ability to meet delivery schedules and their overall lead time for fulfilling orders. It's important. Timely delivery will ensure the smooth operation and helps to avoid disruptions in the supply chain. 4. Vendor reputation and experience. Description. The vendor's reputation in the market and their experience in providing similar products as services. It's important. A supplier with strong reputation and extensive experience can be relied upon that he has the ability to handle the business requirements smoothly. 5. Capacity and scalability. Description. The vendor's ability to handle the required volume and scale up if the demand increases. It's important. It will keep us ensured that the vendor can support future growth and meet fluctuating demand. 6. Compliance with legal and regulatory standards. Description. The vendor's ability to adhere to relevant laws, regulations, and industry standards, including quality certifications, e.g., ISO. It's important. Ensures that the vendor operates within legal frameworks and meets safety, environmental, and quality standards. 7. Financial stability. Description. The vendor's financial health and ability to maintain operations over the long term. Why it's important. A financially stable vendor is less likely to go out of business, ensuring continuity in the supply chain. 8. Customer service and support. Description. The level of support the vendor offers, including after-sales service, troubleshooting, and warranty. Why it's important. Good customer service ensures smooth communication and efficient resolution of any issues that arise post-purchase. 9. Innovation and technological capability. Description: the vendor's ability to provide innovative solutions and use up-to-date technology in their products or services. Why it's important: keeps the organization competitive and enables access to new products or technologies that can improve operations. 10. Ethical and sustainability practices. Description: the vendor's commitment to ethical business practices, such as fair labor practices, environmental sustainability, and corporate social responsibility. Why it's important: organizations are increasingly prioritizing vendors that align with their values, promoting ethical practices and sustainability. 11. Location and logistics. Description: the geographical location of the vendor and its impact on shipping times, transportation costs, and logistics. It's important. Proximity can reduce lead times and shipping costs, enhancing supply chain efficiency. 12. References and past performance description. Vendor's track record, including references and feedback from previous clients. It's important. Provides insight into the vendor's ability to meet deadlines, quality expectations, and overall reliability. 13. Risk management and contingency plans. Description: the vendor's ability to manage risks, including supply chain disruptions, quality control issues, and financial risks. It's important. It ensures that the vendor has plans in place to mitigate any potential issues, reducing the risk to our organization. By evaluating these criteria, the procurement department can select the most suitable vendors, ensuring that the organization receives the best value and minimizes risks in its supply chain.